Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report from Tsingtao, the United States has issued a formal diplomatic note to European nations, urging them to implement travel restrictions on countries affected by the Ebola outbreak in Central Africa. This measure is intended to prevent the potential cross-border transmission of the virus during the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup, which is co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The U.S. government hopes European countries will follow its lead. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, previously banned entry for non-U.S. citizens who had visited the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Uganda, or South Sudan within the past 21 days. Currently, the DRC faces an ongoing Ebola outbreak, with cumulative cases reaching 598 and 115 deaths. Thus far, European countries have not formally responded to the U.S. diplomatic request. Meanwhile, protests continue in Kenya over the establishment of a U.S.-funded Ebola virus isolation facility. Demonstrations have turned violent, and police have reportedly shot and killed at least one protester during the clashes. According to TechCrunch, Meta has entered into its first AI data center partnership in India, signing a deal with conglomerate Reliance Industries. The Fuldrawit 668-megawatt AI-enabled facility will be built in Jamnagar, Gujarat, and is expected to be operational within 2 years. Under the agreement, Meta will lease capacity at the data center to support its global AI computing and infrastructure needs. The state-of-the-art facility will be powered entirely by renewable energy and cooled using desalinated seawater, with Meta committing to cover all associated energy and water costs. This project marks a significant expansion of the partnership between the two companies, which began with Meta's multi-billion-dollar investment in Geo Platforms in 2020 and includes a joint venture launched last year. The announcement comes as India experiences a massive surge in AI infrastructure investments, driven by government incentives such as tax exemptions through 2047 for foreign cloud providers. Conglomerates and global tech giants like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and OpenAI are also rapidly expanding their data center footprint in the country to meet the skyrocketing demand for AI workloads. According to a report by Lianhe Zhaobao, the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service released a bulletin showing that this May was the second hottest May on record globally. The global average surface temperature reached 15.81 degrees Celsius, which is 0.55 degrees Celsius higher than the 1,991 to 220 average, and only slightly lower than the record set in May 2024. Additionally, global sea surface temperatures reached 20.90 degrees Celsius, marking the second highest level for any May on record. The agency warned that the tropical Pacific is transitioning toward an El Nino state, with the phenomenon expected to fully form in the coming months, potentially triggering more extreme weather events worldwide. Europe experienced dramatic weather shifts in May, with several countries, including France and the United Kingdom, suffering early and intense heat waves. Climate experts warned that such extreme climate events are rapidly transitioning from being exceptions to becoming the new normal. Arctic and Antarctic sea ice levels also remain significantly below average, marking some of the lowest extents on record for May. According to a report by Yonhap News Agency, 2 Chinese nationals who were studying in South Korea have been sentenced by the Busan District Court for illegally filming a naval base in the southeastern port city of Busan. The defendants, in their 30s and 40s, received an 18-month prison term and a suspended 1-year prison term, respectively. they were convicted of using Chinese-made drones and mobile phones to photograph the military facility on 9 separate occasions between March 2023 and June 2024. The final filming incident occurred on June 25, 2024, during a visit by South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol to inspect the U.S. aircraft carrier USS Theodore Roosevelt, which was docked at the base. While the older defendant was found guilty of benefiting the enemy, both were convicted of violating the Military Bases and Installations Protection Act. In its ruling, the court stated that the defendants posed a significant danger to South Korea's military interests. However, the court added that it took into consideration the fact that the captured footage did not appear to have been leaked to enemy or unfriendly nations. According to a report by Al Jazeera, an Indonesian military court has sentenced 4 military intelligence officers to prison terms ranging from 1.5 to 3 years for their involvement in a brutal acid attack on human rights activist Andri Yunus. The officers, all members of the Strategic Intelligence Agency, were found guilty of serious premeditated assault. The attack took place in Jakarta on March 12, when 2 men on a motorcycle threw acid at Yunus while he was riding his motorbike. The incident left the 27-year-old activist blind in one eye and with severe burns covering more than 20% of his face and body. Prosecutors argued that the soldiers were motivated by personal anger over Yunus's activism, but were not acting under official orders. Yunus has been a prominent critic of the government's efforts to expand the military's influence in civilian governance. He boycotted the court hearings, expressing health concerns and distrust in the military justice system, having previously called for the trial to be held in a civilian court to avoid a potential cover-up. The United Nations has also strongly condemned the attack. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.